Hey vinyl fans, today's episode is about cutting to the chase. We're going to tell you what record cleaning machines and processes we recommend at 3 different price points. We'll start with a budget of under $1,000. We'll then go to a mid-range and cap it at $5,000. And then lastly, sky's the limit. Now, if you have a really tight budget, there's a link below to an episode we did some time ago on cleaning records for $150. So check that out if that's your budget. All right, let's get to it.
Okay, cleaning guy, so what do you say for under $1,000?
Well, kind of depends on the records you collect. If you tend to collect new records or used records that aren't all that old or all that dirty, I would recommend the Humming Guru Ultrasonic, and if you can afford it, go for the Nova version and call it a day. It's a great record cleaning machine. It's not the most convenient in the world. Takes a little time, but I'll tell you what, it does a very effective job. Now, if you tend to collect older and dirtier records, if your heart longs for an RCA shaded dog.
You mean Nipper?
Nipper, exactly. Then you're going to need to supplement your ultrasonic. I still would recommend the Humming Guru, and if you can afford the Nova, go for it. But what will help with the really dirty records is a pre-clean process. And with that, I think you have 2 choices. You can either go with a spin clean, or if you want to save a few bucks, there's one called the Studebaker that's half the price. It's basically a plastic tub and you can pre-clean records in there. I like a record clean fluid like TurgiClean for that process. Give it a good pre-clean, take it and put it into a water bath afterwards. You'll strip off the really dirty stuff and then put it through the ultrasonic process. An alternative to the spin clean or Studebaker is Disc Doctor. Wonderful brushes. It's a manual process. Lay your record down on a nice flat, soft surface and go to town with those brushes. You'll get off a lot of that crud that way. But I really like the idea of finishing it off with an ultrasonic process. To keep you under the $1,000 mark, you may have to go with the more basic version of the Humming Guru. And this is particularly true if you want to forego the spin clean or the Disc Doctor and get a lower priced suction type machine, something like the Project. It'll be tight. You'll be right up there to that $1,000 mark if you're going to couple that with the Humming Guru, but that's also an effective process. But I would definitely, for anything under $1,000, start with something like the Humming Guru and then supplement it with pre-clean techniques. Spin clean, Studebaker, Disc Doctor, or an inexpensive suction type machine.
So what do you recommend for $5,000 budget?
At the $5,000 mark, highly recommend the Degritter Mark II. And this is whether you have dirty records or clean records. It is a fantastic machine. It has wonderful flexibility. We did a full review of it. There'll be a link below. Start with the Degritter Mark II. Now, if you go for those really old and dirty records, you're going to want to supplement it with a suction type machine. Something like the VPI 16.5, one of the offerings from Okinoki, or the previously mentioned Project would be a good source for that kind of thing. This will allow you to do enzymatic pre-soaks and put it through normal record cleaning fluids to just get off those heavy contaminants before you insert it into the degritter.
Okay, so if money is no object and the sky's the limit, tell me, what would you recommend?
Okay, we're going to start with 3 machines. You gotta have the KL Audio. The KL Audio ultrasonic machine is built like a tank. It's the most convenient machine we've ever used. Start with the KL Audio. Great ultrasonic. Secondly, for your most treasured recordings, get the Kermis. Go through the full restoration process. Not the easiest thing to use. It's extremely time consuming, but for those real treasures, it's worth it. We'll have a link below as to teach you how to do that. And then last, I would go with the string type machines. Keith Monk's is a good choice, but I would suggest the Loracraft PR6i, I think it is. That's the one with the larger, quieter motor. Beautifully built machine, just a gorgeous thing to behold. Now, that's a great trio of machines, and you'll be able to take care of pretty much anything. But again, sky's the limit, right?
Yes.
If you tend to focus on heavily soiled records, I would supplement that with a suction type machine. Now, the Loracraft is a suction type machine, but it's really a string type. And I think for the really, really dirty records, I prefer a traditional suction type machine. Which one? My choice would be the workhorse, the VPI Cyclone. But it's not the best looking machine. If you want something that is sitting out where people see, Oh, the Clear Audio Double Matrix Professional Sonic, I think they call it. It's a beautiful machine, lovely sculpture, just a beautiful thing to behold, and it does an incredibly effective job, cleans the record both sides at the same time, which is a nice convenience, but I actually prefer the VPI Cyclone for it. The way it's built, you can really get in there and scrub that record. You're relying on the scrubbing mechanisms of the Clear Audio. Don't want to put down the Clear Audio, it does a great job, but I prefer the little bit more hands-on manual approach to the VPI Cyclone. They're both great. You have the Cyclone, a string-type machine like the Loracraft, the Kermis, and a KL Audio. There's no record out there you can't clean and look good doing it. Okay, fellas, I hope you enjoyed our recommendations at 3 budget levels. Check out the links below for tips and tricks on how to actually use those machines, and we'll see you at the next record.